Hello there, I'm the base manager and welcome back to Space Engineers, Scrapyard Engineers. Now, today we will build a new rover craft, one that will allow us to loot many more components than the one that we have right now. We have been looting in the past few episodes with the objective of gathering all the necessary components to make that happen. I really want to have something a little bit more permanent than our temporary starter rover over there, and so for that we needed a bunch of components. But hey, those components are now ours, so I think it is time to start building. Now, before we do that, there is just one thing that I really want to get done, and that is getting this survival kit completed. We collected plenty of resources last episode, so if I can just point at the correct pixel, you're gonna tell me. Come on, I know I have the medical components. Thank you. For a moment I thought that the game had stolen from me again. Now I'm just gonna hack one of these batteries so that the survival kit has some power in it, and then we can proceed. Now the reason for that is just so in case that one over there gets exploded. Can I please? Oh my god. It's just so that if that one gets exploded, at least we have an additional one, you know? A little bit of a backup. Come on, bro. Thank you. There we go. I'll hack the other batteries later. For now, we have a functioning survival kit right there. Maybe we'll even put that one in the new craft and leave this one. Well, no, because this craft has to go. I also want to salvage those cargo containers right there, and the battery, and you know, all the other functioning pieces. But we will disassemble this thing as one of the last things we do, just in case we start running out of components and we need to go salvage more. We don't want to get caught with our pants down and be unable to get any more components. Now, where do I want to start building this? So, in order to start, we grab one of the batteries that we had over there, we turn it on, and we make a small starting point over here with a piston and a mag plate. We'll probably need a little bit more distance than this. Well, I was getting some problems getting this started, so instead of that, let's just build one tower out of blocks, and that should be more than enough for us to start making our vessel. Probably should weld that tower just in case, you know. Yeah, let me just create a place far away enough that we should have more than enough space to build everything that we want. Funny how without a jetpack I need to make like a little bit of a platform for me to work on this thing. That's gonna be an interesting challenge when trying to do something a little bit bigger than just a rover, but well. Oh, I also need to carry a bunch of that loot. Oh my god. I'm just starting to realize all of the little things that will need to be done in order to make this happen. I think this is gonna be a long one. So if this is gonna be a long one, I probably need a little bit of organization before I do this. So before I start building, I'm gonna grab all the loot and I'm gonna put it in order over there on the floor, the way that I think I want to have it in the craft, right? The layout, or at least a basic form of layout. Yeah, that's gonna consume a bunch of time, but I think will be essential, because one thing is you have an idea in your mind, another thing is putting that idea into practice without exploding all the bits. Yeah, that part is difficult. Well, I'm gonna be honest, I tried, but handling the loot can be a bit difficult, and trying to nudge it all into place, yeah. In any case, with this at least we can have more or less an idea on how big this thing needs to be, right? Because we are gonna have these two big boys side by side, so it needs to be like 1, 2, 3, 5, plus 5, that equals 10, plus maybe a little bit of a row in the middle, right? The minimum chassis length will have to be... No, wait, because the chassis won't attach to that part over there. It will need to attach to at least this bit over here, so 9 in total. Just to attach to those side bits. And then maybe... we can add an additional row to the side of this so that we can put some... maybe a few extra bits and piping and whatnot. So we need at least to have a inner chassis of 9 just to hold on to those bits. And I assume these ones are similar. Well, this ones can attach to anywhere, so it doesn't really matter. Okay, so let's start by making a 9 width thingy, and then we can work it from there. Okay, so we have a pretty solid base over here, but in order for us to put things in here, it's gonna be a bit difficult if we have this gaping hole right in the middle. So at least for the time being, okay, it's not this one. There's one for large grid and one for small grid for some reason. Yeah, for the time being, we are going to use these things, the barred windows. And if we even have enough components, we might as well leave them, because, you know, having the 2 giant tanks exposed underneath, even though there is like no damage through rubble and stuff like that, you know, maybe not a great idea to have it exposed to the elements, even if there is like none of those things, you know. So getting a base done will be paramount, and then we can start pulling the components in here. We'll have to build like this thing in small phases, right? Unfortunately, I can't just build the chassis all at once. I have to put the components in here first, so that I see how many how long the thing needs to be, you know. Okay, we have a small platform over here. $1 million question: can we put one of those tanks in here? I don't remember if we were strong enough to carry them by hand. I suppose we will find out right now. Let's see. Kinda. We kinda can. Okay. It's not too bad. Whoa. Chill. I almost slammed myself in the head with it. Yeah. We need to be careful with that. There we go. It's right there. Let's see if we can merge it now to the grid, and then we'll do the same for the other one. No. Don't go away. No, don't start rolling. Stop right there. Come on. Roll towards this side. Yeah, just like that. Come on. And come on. Perfect. We got a lock. Oh, I'm so dumb. I locked it. 1 tile to the side. Okay, let's do this again. Now it is in its proper place, right? Think so. Let's see. This is the center line. The center line is empty, which means the other one, if it's mirrored, should have more than enough space. Jesus, this one took some time, but that, you know, because it was the first. But now, if I release everything, it should stay attached. So yeah, I just had to make, you know, a little bit of a platform so that I can move around. I'll delete it later. Let's get the next one. Well, I got really lucky with the positioning of this one. It got straight into its place in its proper orientation. And it was completely random, by the way. So yeah, getting lucky is always nice. Okay, so I gave myself plenty of room in this bed so that we can put all the essential components. I think I'm gonna drag the tanks a little bit further backwards. The idea being we have the tanks and then the engines and the batteries, although we kind of want to distribute like 3 batteries on the back and 3 batteries on the front, just so we have the weight a little bit better, right? And then in the middle we put all of the containers that we have, and then we leave some space for the containers that we are yet to find. And I think I'm going to expand this even further by one of these sections. All of these sections are similar. They are 10 in length, and then plus the beams. So Yeah, we might even extend this a little bit further, or maybe just half a section in the front, half a section in the back, something like that. I'm gonna leave that for later. Now I just kind of want to put the engines in there so that I can see how the pipe for those things is gonna work in conjunction with the tanks, and then we can probably put them in their permanent location. Okay, so these engines are 2 wide and 3. 2 by 3, I mean, which means that we have 8 blocks that we need to occupy. This is 9, therefore we are gonna... we're gonna put 2 engines in one side, 2 engines in another. The thing we're gonna make for the engines, however, we're gonna make them a little bit of a support, right? We're gonna use these things, these beams, and we're gonna like create like engine supports, you know, so that they are not directly attached to these great thingies. These how are these things called? Barred windows. Okay, whatever. Yeah, so that they are not attached to this directly, and then we might even do a little bit of something with that. Anyways, I'm just going to try and organize these engines and put them in their location without exploding anything. Okay, so with these support thingies in place, we now merge the engines 2 at a time, and then we merge them to their supports. Well, my friends, with 2 at a time it is impossible, so we have to do it 1 at a time, but it's still not that difficult, I assume. Let's just see, with 2 engines, yeah, kind of impossible, too heavy for our engineers here. With just 1, far easier. This was actually easier than I at first anticipated. Let's just hope that those are not my final words, but well. Now, with this configuration of engines, we have both of them connected through the side ports, which means that in theory, if I put one thingy over here, I should be able to feed them both through only one passage. But if it is necessary to bring another passage through the side, we shall do that. After all, we'll have conveyoring going on the outside as well for connectors and stuff like that, so that we can unload the loot. Now, in order to go from these big bad boys into these tiny little boys, I mean, we could bring them through there, you know, and through the middle, which is probably what we are gonna do anyways. But I think we can still, you know, drag this back a little bit closer to the engines. There we go. These will leave us enough space to walk around, and it's still compact enough. Oops, I pressed the wrong button. I like to have the precision grind activated when we are working in these confinements, but sometimes I press the wrong button. But yeah, I think I'm gonna find a way to cover these ports, although I can just leave them open, it doesn't really matter. Oh boy, this is gonna be complicated to pipe things through here, but shouldn't be the end of the world. Maybe I'll do that right now, that way it's already done, and I can move on to the cargo on the front. Okay, piping done. There is nothing in here to, you know, burn, but in theory, these engines should have power, or should have fuel going into them. So yeah, we'll you know, we'll beautify this area a little bit later on. But for now, let's just move on to the cargo thingies that we have waiting for us. By the way, can't I make like cargo caps or whatever these things are called? Yeah, conveyor caps a little bit bigger, because you know, this is not exactly, you know. Maybe one of this side. Yeah, perhaps this would work better, Base Manager. Okay, so now for the cargo, I would like to align this big port with that big port while maintaining this big port towards the outside, because on the other side, well, I'm pretty sure we have a small port, right? Right, and then this small port can connect to the small pipe that we have going along the spinal line. Right, and that big port we can use for, I don't know, maybe a connector for access, for loot dropping, for example, or other things.
Energy low.
Of course, Susan, your input is always appreciated, but you're wrong. I'm not gonna put it like that. I'm gonna put it the way I said I was. Okay, let's see if we can snap this thing into connection. Is this properly aligned? I mean, it should be properly aligned, right? Can I access the hydrogen tanks? Well, I can. It doesn't go gray, so that means we have connection to the hydrogen tanks. Perfect. Now, I can tell you, whenever we get the next cargo container, it's not gonna be easy to slot it into place. But you know, it's a problem for future me, not present me. If I already had it, it would be great. Because we don't, kinda sucks. Now we need to find a way to put this thing connected into this thing, and well, this thing is smaller than that thing, which means it also needs a support, which kinda sucks. But well, let's get moving. I'll align these things with the big port, and then I might even bring that pipe through the middle, just because, mostly for aesthetical purposes, but you know, why not? Okay, so this would be the idea. I think it looks pretty dope with the these like support thingies pushing it into place, right? Making sure that everything is aligned and everything. I made these long enough for 3 of these on either side, so 6 smaller ones for now, and you know, we can always expand this. The idea is to leave like all of this space over here free for additional cargo containers. Like for example, if we find a large cargo container, we put it over here. But let's imagine we find another one. Well, instead of extending this, we put the cargo container over here and we leave a slot for another one. Then maybe we even expand a little bit further to put more of those. You know, the idea is to have a little bit of space free for that. So now I think I do have 6 cargo containers, if I count those over there as well. Yeah, there are 3 of them. With that 4 plus those 6. I'm not gonna remove those before I make the wheels. After I make the wheels, I'm pretty sure I have all the components necessary to make this thing work. But until then, I'm a bit uncomfortable disassembling our vessel over there. Either way, I'm gonna pull those I'm gonna pull those things and put them over there next. And there we go, friends. The cargo is now in its place. I still need to connect it through here, but shouldn't be too difficult. Yeah. Now, I mentioned the wheels just in the previous cut, and I think that maybe it would not be a terrible idea to start working on them, because yeah, that thing is going to be one of the limiting factors over here to the success of this project, because I don't know if I have all the tubes that we are gonna need. I will want to make at least 5 wheels on each side, so a 10 by 10 on 5 by 5 wheels. So this is gonna be quite tall and quite large, you know. So yeah, I think I might have all the components, but still, we never know until we try it. So I think that might be what we are gonna do next, because after that we can then take care of the batteries, put them over here. That's a really nice spot for the batteries. It was kind of not intentional, yeah, but the wheels first. Now, because these wheels are kind of big, we are gonna have some pretty large attachment points for these things. Now, I noticed one thing. Can you tell me which side is up and which side is down? Because I can't. Maybe because they don't have color. Let me put some color into this. Maybe we'll be able to see if there is anything. Like, I have no idea. There is like no differentiation as far as I can tell. So if the wheel spawns... Okay, this is the correct orientation. The wheels spawn downwards, yeah, that should give us plenty of clearance from the bits on the deck, and then we are gonna have something that will cover all of these stuff, so that's also not really a problem. But I said 5, right? Yeah, This means that this rig needs to be a lot bigger than I first anticipated. Oh well, let's see what I can come up when it comes to the wheels. Alright, my friends, wheel-wise, we are done, at least building them. I still need to set them up and whatnot. I think this is gonna be sufficient clearance from the ground. After all, we are like a big boy now. So yeah, we need plenty of clearance so that we can avoid getting ourselves stuck. And I think this is good enough. I also think that I can just cut this thing over here and drop it into the floor. We are not gonna damage everything and anything. We are, you know, low enough. Now it's time for me to go grab the batteries so that we can start putting them in place. I will have to like delete all of this scaffolding, but for now it's complete. It's 100% necessary. Once we have the batteries on board, come on, jump over there. Okay, whatever. Once we have the batteries on board, we'll be able to like drop these into the floor, park it and whatnot. I think I'm still gonna give it a little bit more time on that thing. Yeah, once we have that done, I think we are confident in starting grinding down our scrap buggy over there so that we can put the thingies over here. However, before we do that, we need to discuss something. We, as I mentioned like at least 2 times already, we're gonna have a deck covering all of these bits, and then we're gonna have our tower to the side. So pretty much all of these that you can see, right, all of this platform is going to be quote-unquote replicated on top of our components. However, we need a way to kinda gain access to this area once we find the blocks that we are looking for. So what we are gonna do is that we are gonna put that platform on pistons with merge blocks, and then we use the pistons to connect the upper platform to our grid, to our conveyor network, and then as they drop down we'll have merger blocks that will merge the top grid and the bottom grid into a single one, and then we disengage them anytime that we need to access this area. So that's kind of the idea. Let me put the batteries in there first so that we can start working on that system, which kind of needs to be built into the skeleton of the craft, because after all the gubbins are in place, it becomes a little bit more difficult, you know. It would have been a great idea to have placed the batteries before the cargo containers, because yeah, I cannot slot them, or I mean, I just slotted them, but it was completely by coincidence. Okay, I've been trying this for a little bit of time, and it's almost impossible, my friends. It is almost impossible, like, they don't fit. So, before I explode things, okay, I'll have to... oh my god, now I'm stuck. There we go. I'm going to detach all of this. I'm going to get rid of pretty much... well, I'm not gonna get rid, but I'm going to detach this thing, right? I'm gonna slot it just... oh, please don't crash the game, thank you. Just right there, you know, hopefully without destroying it. Same for this one. We don't need to detach both sides, but we need to destroy the support. Okay, Susan. The support and the cargo in at least one side. And there we go, my friends. I feel like 7 batteries is more than enough. Come on, just well. It's taking a little bit of time for the game to recognize. As you can see, right? It's taking its sweet time. But we get there. I think I suspect that the game might be a bit upset about all the things that we are doing. Let's just copy the color, paint this, and repair the things that we have. Oh boy, I'm stuck. I'm a girthy boy sometimes. And repair the damage that we have done in order to slot this thing into place. And then we can move on to the next thing. Alright, so over here we are already almost done. Just missing a few things here and there, like the conveyor thingies, for example, which I completely forgot, but I think I still have the parts with me. I hope so. That I really don't like... it's not like I really don't want to have to jump off this thing or grab components and come over here, because it's getting a bit difficult navigating this space. Also, it's gonna be difficult slotting this thing in there when the time comes. But I'm hoping that by detaching that cargo container we will have enough space to jam it into place, and yeah, problem for future me. God damn it, I placed this battery backwards. Well, if I'm doing things, might as well do it correctly. God damn it, why did I notice this? No one will ever see this, but well. Okay, now it is properly aligned. Anyways, now we still need to put gyros on this thing, because I'm not gonna drive something this expensive without gyro control, for obvious... oh my god. Didn't hurt, for obvious reasons. We do have 3 gyros. I don't know if I hacked them all. I think so. Anyways, we have 3 gyros right there and a bunch more over here. I think that 4 gyros should be more than enough. It's not like I'm going to be flying this thing. It's mostly just to keep it stable when we gain some air. Other than that, I think that we are gonna put most of the electronic stuff, like the timer blocks, which I already separated and that over there, the custom turret control blocks and all of that. I think we're gonna put that on the deck, so I don't think we need to bring anything else for that pile other than the gyros, at least for now. Once we make the contraption to not release the deck, increase the deck's height, so that we can access the interior of the craft. Then I'll start taking some other stuff, like for example these air vents, which we are going to use to get some oxygen for, you know, sometimes we lose access to oxygen for some reason. Yeah, we want to have some of those bits as well underneath the main platform. But I'll figure that out later once everything is attached into its proper place. Because, you know, I don't want to put a conveyor in the middle of the path of the piston or something like that. That would suck. So, now that I mention it, I think I'm gonna start taking care of that little side of the project. Now, my friends, when we are utilizing multiple pistons or hinges, we need to make sure that we actually merge the grid so that we don't have any weird stuff happening, you know? So let's go just like this. I have to use the armored conveyor thingies, because otherwise there is no attachment point for the merge block, and I think it's in this. Down right here. If we do this, there we go. This thing is now merged. These 2 pistons should act as one. Also, these 2 pistons will be the ones carrying the cargo conveyor from the network into the upper platform. We can put like a small connector over there so that we can have access to the network, or, you know, we can pipe things around however we feel like it. Now, I don't feel like 2 pistons is enough. Maybe we'll add a few more, because, you know, it's for safety. Although we should not be increasing the height of the platform if we have like copious amounts of loot in there. Now, if I do this, will they explode? Or will they merge? I don't think they will, for some reason. This complicates things, because I don't think that the pistons can go into the height that we need them to be at for these things to attach. Oh boy, that's gonna complicate things. That's gonna complicate things so much. Oh my god. Well, so the first thing didn't work, right? What if we had a landing gear? It's not as... well, it made a sound. It's not as precise, let's just say, as the merge blocks. But it can work. It will stop any wobbling from the platform. I don't know if it counts as a full grid, you know, I don't think so. Because the merge blocks is like, how should I put it? It's like the grid above is aligned with the grid below. If I build a row of blocks from there to below, it will attach to the grid below. With that thing, it will not attach. Now, we didn't want to do that in the first place, but, you know, it's one of those things. Now, let me build a button and test this system out. We kinda need that thing to release and these pistons to go up, and then we need to do the inverse. Have them come down and that thing attaching. So we probably are gonna need a bunch of timer blocks for that, or we just put buttons, because we are not gonna access this area very often. and I just want like 2 buttons to test this out. Okay, so if we have the auto lock off, we press that thing releases, and then this thing increases the deck height, right? I mean, this looks like plenty of space for us to work underneath, right? We just, you know, drag the stuff, put it into its place and whatnot, and then we reverse. Okay, let me put me in the position where I'm not gonna get crushed. We bring the pistons down again, and then we lock them again. Perfect. Like, will 2 pistons be enough? I think so. If we give them a bit of a, you know, some steroids in the force of some force, it should work, but I don't know. Now, the deck is going to be comprised of just regular blocks. I'm not gonna build the grate everywhere, because first, it costs a lot more components. This thing is gonna be freaking enormous, and I don't think we have that many components. And it's just much simple, you know, much simpler this way. So right now, do I want to start working on the deck or finishing the stuff down below before I do that? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What's going on? I added a 3rd piston and it's not going up. Why? What's wrong with the 3rd piston? It should be just like the other ones. I have changed nothing about them. So, what seems to be your major malfunction? Maybe I have to redo the button, I don't know. It was not in the group for some reason. I saved it, but it was not in the group. Will you activate now? Oh, come on, bruh. Will you activate now? Yes, you will, because it is with the standard definitions. It shouldn't ever get out of sync. Now, with 3 pistons, I'm far more confident that this thing won't, oh god damn it, self-implode once we decide to start building on it. Cool. Okay, what's next? Uh-oh, we're starting to run out of girders, my friends. Yeah, the components are starting to dwindle. I still have some left in here, I think. No, I deleted everything. Oh boy, I thought I still had some of those shelves. But apparently not. Well, that kind of sucks, because I really wanted to have more of these things. The barred window slopes. Yeah, I'm already out. God dang it. That kind of sucks. I suppose we can always finish this one, this part later. It's mostly aesthetic anyways, but I was going to use these things aesthetically. I'm sorry for the redundancy, but yeah, I had aesthetical ideas for those things, and now they are kind of ruined. Well, they're not ruined, I just need to find more, which means that this thing is not going to... Oh boy, it's not going to be 100% complete, and oh boy, until we do a little bit more looting, but that's fine. So yeah, my friends, I think I'm gonna start working on the deck now, so that we can see what kind of space we have to work underneath, and then we do the final piping, gyros, and I think that will be probably it. The electrical part of the craft will... Oh, come on, the paint is all wrong. Why is the paint all wrong? I will have to repaint underneath, but doesn't matter. Anyways, the electrical part is gonna be on top of the deck, close to the cockpit, so that part... And we are even gonna use those blocks to kind of... you know, beautify the deck a little bit, so it's not just a slab of metal, you know, for loot. I also placed that thing over there so that I can have easy access to this platform when it is fully extended. So, yeah. But yeah, now it's time for me to start working on the God damn it. On the upper platform over here. Alright, my friends, the deck is starting to take shape. This is gonna be, according to my calculations, probably the total length of the deck, because I want the deck to be like on top of the wheels. For some reason, this doesn't look in line. Let me see, maybe... Oh no, it's just perspective. So I think if I go like this... I go like this, and I murder myself. Yeah, well, supposedly it's the same number of blocks. I kind of counted them, yeah. In any case, the platform is supposed to overhang the wheels just a little bit, not completely, but a little bit. It's never supposed for the wheels to interact with that platform, you know, to touch them. But we kind of want to give the impression that the platform is covering the wheels just a little bit, you know. But I think I miscalculated something over here, because this doesn't look in line. What? 5x5. 5x5 off-road wheel suspension, 5x5 bright. Why are these suspensions bigger than these ones? What in God's green earth is going on? Short! Oh my fucking god. Such a... Okay, well. Which ones do I want to keep? The short ones or the long ones? I think I'm gonna keep the long ones. Get rid of the short ones. God damn it. Alright, my friends, I placed the chair over here so that I can recharge more easily than having to go down there. Given that we have long wheels now instead of the short ones, I'm going to extend the platform one block even further than we had right now. So it's gonna be even bigger, because once again the idea is so that the platform kind of overhangs the wheels a little bit, and then with a little bit of finesse we can have it look like it is covering the wheels just a little bit, you know. So yeah, I think I'm gonna dedicate the next, I don't know, maybe 45 minutes to make sure that the platform is at least the top part is built. The beautifications will have to be done at a later point. Right now I just want to see if we have enough components to make it functional. Beautification can come afterwards. Look, my friends, I'm not gonna lie, I think I might have gone a little bit overboard. Okay? Just a little bit. But can you really blame me when we have so much loot to transport? I mean, I think I have more than enough cargo to transport all of those bits, but we also have to transport those things whenever we go and decide to move out and everything, so, you know, we need ample space, but yeah, this is kind of ridiculous. I'm a bit nervous. Okay, I'm a bit nervous to activate our system now. So I'm gonna save and see if this thing still works. Okay, let's see. Please do not explode. And okay. The pistons are not really feeling like doing their jobs. First, let's deactivate them so they don't explode. Let's give them a little bit more force, shall we? Now, these values are red, and red means fast, obviously. So, yeah, the pistons are really struggling. They need a little bit more force. I bet you it's this one over here, the non-axis impulse, because of the weight, you know. Yeah, there we go. Not yet there. Oh, they actually are already extended. I was giving them more force, and you know, they are already extended. Okay, cool. So this still works, which is great. There is a lot of beautification missing, but that will have to come later on, you know. Perfect. And now we attach. Come on, there we go. Cool, so there is only one thing, well, there is several things missing, but for this thing to be able to move, we need a command post. Right, so I'm gonna start taking care of that. And now the command post, I think it's gonna be like, if this is the middle of the craft, right, we're gonna go like center back. Right, not fully in the back, but center back, and the crane is gonna be somewhat similar. It's gonna be like the command post on one side and the crane on the other one. Now for the command post, even though these are a bit on the expensive side, oh, we also have this one. This also could work. I wanted these ones, but it costs metal grids. But this is not terrible at all. Alright, my friends, we have control now. We have a cab, cockpit, which is essential if we want to release this thing. After all, we will want to park it almost immediately. I just need to find a way, once I detach myself, to get in here in the first place. I've been squeezing through this hole. I don't know how the engineer does it, but it has been working. But the idea would be to have like a hole over here in the platform with ladders going down, attached close to that area over there. I don't know, I just need to find a way to get in here, even if temporarily. Now, my friends, this thing looks a bit hideous as is, but once the beautifications come into play, I'm certain it's gonna look a lot better, okay? I don't like the placement of this ladder, to be perfectly honest. It's right here. We need to have a ginormous hole, but right now we need a way to get in here like ASAP, right? Can I get into that cockpit from here? Yes, I can. Okay, let's engage the parking brake while we are here, but we are unable to park. You know, it's totally fine. Let's do this, okay? Let's save the game and let's do this. Okay, so nothing exploded, which is nice, and now, in theory, we should have control over our craft. It's going to third-person view. Let's see. Do we have movement? We don't have movement. Unable to park? Why? We do have power. Could it be because this is a different subgrid? It doesn't allow me to drive thing? Could that be it? Okay, I built this over here. Let's see. Okay, so we can pretty much... Okay. That sucks. That truly sucks. That is bad. That is really bad. Okay, I had a tingling suspicious. Oh my god, I was suspicious that this could possibly happen. But no, oh man. Okay, look, this is salvageable, okay? This is salvageable. It's gonna hurt, but it is salvageable. I'm going to attach the main tower to the main grid, and I'm gonna cut the platform around where the tower would be. That means that once the platform goes up, the tower stays in place, which kinda sucks. I wanted the tower to go with it, but I don't think there is another way. That really sucks. Alright, so the cut is made. I have some measurements over here so that I don't forget where things are supposed to be. And now I need to attach our tower, which was over here, to the side, over there, to the chassis. This is not chassis, this is just scaffolding for me to walk around. So I need to bring beams from there all the way to there. That's gonna be interesting. Okay, so we should have clearance now. Let's give this a try, see if anything explodes. We really need to better organize things in here. Not gonna lie, but you know, we're still in the testing phase, right? This is still prototype tech, clearly. Oh my god, come on. Let's see if something explodes. Are you to the maximum of your capabilities? 2 meters? Yes. Okay. Alright. It's almost lined perfectly. Okay, I like this. I like the way this is actually turning out. Let's bring the deck back. Oh my god. Okay. Oh, we're going to pretend we didn't see that, okay? Now, this actually... Okay, this mishap was actually fortuitous, because now we have a good place for a ladder. And, you know, in here, this ladder, although it looks a bit funky, okay, we can actually still walk on it. So, it's perfectly fine. There we go. So now, if we go down below and we grind this one off, right, in theory, Oops. In theory, I'm going to remove these ladders soon, but that one over there should now be the one active. Right now, this floor, I'll definitely make it better once we have the girders, because I want to have, you know, the thingies over here. The grates, or barbed windows, or whatever they are called. Yep, we now have control over here. Perfect. Now, this is a bit unfortunate, because I kind of want... The original plan was for us to have the bottom of the tower as the place where we are gonna store all the electronic components. Now, not so much, because, you know, now we have the ladder over there, which means I need to find another place to put all the electronic components. And, you know, we'll make this look a little bit better. We'll put some bars over here just to make it look a little bit more enclosed, but right now we are just going for functionality, right? We just want to make sure that this thing is 100% functional before we start beautifying it. But right now it is functional, so I'm just gonna start, well, maybe not beautifying it, but finishing the things that are still missing. Why did you went up? I wanted to go down. Anyways, doing the things that are missing. Now, my friends, there was a small change in our plans. I had to put these conveyor junctions over here, because I noticed that we had no large port connection between the two sides, and so we could not communicate between the two conveyor networks when it comes to large components. Small components like, you know, ores or gases can go through these tiny little ones, but the big components, like tubes for example, cannot. Anyways, now that small distraction is done, I can get back to whatever it was that I was doing. Let me tell you, my friends, I'm really glad that we have the proficient welder right now, because otherwise this job would take forever. Jesus Christ, I still have all of this to weld. It's going to be a ridiculous amount of time, but it needs to be done, my friends. I already added the gyros. I'm just thinking, where should we put all of the electronic bits? I don't even know how many I'm gonna need. I know I'm gonna need pretty much all of them, plus some that we don't even have yet. I still have to put the magnetic plates, do buttons for everything. Yeah, there is still plenty to do. Alright, my friends, so we still have to weld all of these bits into our vessel. I think I have found a spot for them over here on the back of our truck. Come on. Really? I do this like every 30 seconds, but whatever. I think I found a spot for them right here on the back. We still have a little bit of space that it is unutilized, and you know, those things probably will look good over here. Now, one thing that doesn't look good and is bothering me beyond no end is this tower right here. It is absolutely hideous. It was, well, done mostly just to get the thing connected to the chassis so that I could control it, but now I have to get rid of it. Even though it is functional, I have to make something that looks a little bit better. So I think I'm gonna start with that, and then I'm gonna weld the blocks, the electronic blocks. Alright, my friends, I'm a little bit happier with the tower now. It is not as ugly as it used to be. It's still missing the beautification. We don't have any more girders to cover this thing up, but yeah. I even managed to get the conveyor all the way up to the cockpit area. It's nice and melded through the existing structure, utilizing the armored conveyor thingies. Which means we should have oxygen and hydrogen over there. Now we only need the oxygen, and we still don't have the thingies set up. But yeah. Now this thing also fits very snugly with the existing cutout. I had to expand the cutout a little bit over here, but yeah, we are really like playing with fire with this one. But I think it looks pretty cool once it is fully extended. Like, you can just walk over everything. Everything is nice and tightly put together. So yeah, I'm a little bit happier with how it looks now. Alright my friends, when it comes to the electronic stuff, most of it is already in place except for the AI block and the antenna block, which will go upstairs. I placed most of the stuff on this side because this side will have to go in order for us to slot the big boy over there, right? Whenever we found it. We'll have to remove this and plus a little bit of scaffolding that we have below, just so we can fit it in place and then merge it. So there is no point in putting electronics over here that then we'll have to detach and then, you know, reprogram, blah 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 blah. Yeah, not gonna happen. I also placed the custom turret blocks over there. I'm pretty sure I placed them in the correct orientation. You will have to forgive me because they are not built and so it's a bit difficult. But yeah, I went through great effort to put everything in the correct orientation, okay? So hopefully this thing will not disappoint me. In any case, now we still need to put the survival kit, but before we put the survival kit, which I think I'm gonna put right there in the front, we need to disassemble our scrap buggy, and now I need to disassemble this GPS signal which is lagging out my game because, you know, reasons. There we go. That was a big lag spike. Anyways, now I have to disassemble the scrap buggy because I want the cargo containers so we can slot them in here in their final positions. The battery we are not gonna put in here. That battery will be utilized in a later project, as well as pretty much every single part in there. So yeah, time to grind it down. Okay, so the storage is now over here. Unfortunately, just look at our boy over here, gutted. Completely gutted. Oh my lord. It is a shame. His pants are down and his private bits are showing. In any case, now we have a slot to put the survival kit in, which is gonna be over here. I'll have to detach all those tiny batteries that have been keeping it afloat and probably extend this railing a little bit more to support the survival kit so it's not hanging in the air. So I'm gonna do that now so that we can then move into the back, finish the back section, and then move into the top and finish the top section. On the top, the final bit that it is missing is the crane. We still don't have all the blocks, but at least if we can put the crane down and have a basic thing working, then we can, you know, look for the remaining parts. For the thingy, the tech components, yeah, for the controller blocks. Alright, the survival kit is now in place and it is working. In theory, we should get access to... Well, maybe there is no hydrogen in the tanks, but I was gonna say, in theory, we should get access to both oxygen and hydrogen now. Once again, no oxygen, but that's gonna get fixed pretty soon. And yeah, I think that for here is everything. Great. Now we're gonna have a scaffolding eventually made out of these things, but for now we'll have to make do with these unconstructed blocks for our movement around in the lower areas of the vessel. Yeah, a bit unfortunate, but given that the availability of girders is well, is not a problem. I was trying to find a fancy word for it, but yeah, not exactly a problem. We can just you know, stop at the first POI, grind a bunch of them, and then replace this with proper catwalks. Anyways, to the back now. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I was almost certain we had 4 of these things, yet in the middle of all of this junk I can only find 3, but I was 100% sure we had 4. Okay, I don't know what happened to it, probably got flung into hyperspace by some weird thing that I was doing, but yeah, I cannot find the 4th one anywhere. We'll have to find it on our journeys. We'll have to find a 4th one, but the idea pretty much is to put them over here on the back and have them look like, you know, they are the vents for the radiators for the engines, you know. We have like a panel over here on the back, and some pipes connected towards the engine so that it looks like, you know, they are providing coolant for them. But they will be providing oxygen and not coolant. Anyways, let's see if I can make this thing look at least half good. There we go, my friends. Right now we only have 3 of these things, but in time we should have like 6 over here. I think it's gonna look really neat. We can even, you know, like later on do something, if I can find the blocks, like this, to make it look a little bit prettier, right? We just go like this, bam bam. Look at that, looks like a proper radiator, you know. Well, I mean, within reason, of course. But yeah, and then all that we need to do is go over here, go into its status, depressurize on, and do that in every single one, because otherwise one is going to be pulling oxygen and the other one is going to be exhausting it. But yeah, they just go through there, straight into the connection of the engine, and in theory, let's see, we are not losing oxygen right now. But in theory, we should have... Okay, we should have access to oxygen, like over here, you know, should we start running low on. Of course, that whenever you want to test something, the engineer decides not to choke to death. Can I blame him? No, but he's being a bit, you know, annoying, shall we say. Okay, so over here on the back, this is done. I just had to redo this thing because it was bothering me. It was looking a bit ugly. This way it doesn't look as ugly, still not exactly like looking like a model. I might even, I think I'm going to redesign this a little bit. It's not necessary to do this. It's just that I just wish this thing looked a little bit better, you know? So I'm just going to, oh, come on, brother. Holy jeez. Okay, whatever. I'm talking to you guys, my engineer is feeling the, he's not feeling very, how should I put it, athletic. Anyways, I think I'm gonna do this eventually. Anyway, we need to continue. This video is going to be way too long already. So now let's attach this and this over there, and then start working on the crane, and in theory this thing should be, oh boy, I cannot go through there. Yeah, as I was gonna say anyways, this thing should be over relatively soon. Let's bring this down, hopefully nothing explodes if my math was correct. Yes, it was. This thing is 1 block away. Perfect. And yeah, I think it's looking rather neat. It just needs to be painted in a better looking color, you know. Anyways, AI and then crane. Oh, looks like we are finally choking on the sandstorm. Let's see if I get in here. Yep, as you can see, we get our oxygen back. Great, even though we don't have oxygen storage, we still are able to pressurize this thing. Great. Let me just finish this off, and then we can proceed. There was a thing that I almost forgot, which was a system for draining our tanks. The only thing we have to do was put a merge block right there. With the block, we already had that conveyor over there. And so in theory, this should be quite simple. We put the merge block on that thingy, we grab it, line it, and... oh my god, this one, Jesus, was super fast. I never thought that it would be so easy. And now we go, where is, it's not discharged. I want you to just, oh my god, I have so many letters in front of me, I cannot see what I'm pressing. Wait, there is no discharge function? There is only stockpile and auto refill. Oh, that sucks. I mean, I can put, like, for example, this one over here, always on stockpile, you know. Why am I'm looking, guys, I'm looking at what? Am I looking at the suspension? No, I'm looking at the fucking hydrogen tank. Build vision, please. Don't be like this. There we go, auto refill on. No, that's not what I meant. Stockpile on. That should start draining the fuel from there, no? From the air we go. And now the only thing we need to do is not get stuck in here, which seems to be the situation that I find myself in. I'm glad I build this thing to walk around, and then we just go over here, put this thing, bam bam, tell me that I have enough to build. Oh my god, of course not. There we go. You put those things in there, and now that thing... Why are you not sucking the juice from it? It's not connected. Okay, it's going now. I made the elbows instead of those junctions. You know, the junctions sometimes can be difficult. Anyways, this is how we are gonna drain the tanks, and now as you can see, both of them are empty, and now we can turn them into parts. And just like that, we got rid of all of our fuel. This one is on stockpile, okay, so we need to remove that. But other than that, yep, all of that juice is now going. This one is also on stockpile, god damn it. Please, send the fuel to that one. Look at that, we already have 8% fuel. So nice. Alright my friends, now for the crane I'm gonna use some big parts to start with, an advanced rotor and advanced hinge, the 3x3s, and then I will convert to just 1x1 pistons. I've seen some designs that utilize like 2 pistons in conjunction with each other, and although they look cool, I think it's a little bit over my my pay grade, you know. So we're gonna use these things instead, and you know, hope for the best. Alright, so the crane has been built. It's not that big. Of course, that once extended will be... I mean, we have... How many pistons over here? We have 5. Each one is 2 meters, so 10 meters over there. 6 meters, 16 meters, plus whatever little bits we have in the middle. It's not that bad, 16 meters. I mean... Surely it can reach down there, although it cannot point downwards. I'm starting to see a design flaw in this. I'm starting to see a design flaw in this. Maybe I should build this crane on the side of this thing. Okay, let's see if I still remember how to do this. Custom turret controls, alright. So, I think this shouldn't be... super difficult, right? Okay, so in theory, if I go like this... Oh, yeah, everything is locked, just... Okay, this is not... Maybe that's not a great idea. Let's try this again, shall we? So we unlock everything, right? We go over here, and why are you not allowing me to control? Everything is locked, yet it does not rotate. Could it be because the camera is looking backwards? I mean, this game is quite weird sometimes, so I would not be surprised if it was something that stupid, right? Let's try this again. Like, it wants to move, right? You can see it. I'm pressing the keys and it's trying to go. I think I know what's... Ouch! I think I know what's going on. Maybe it's just this thing being weird, right? Let's try that again. Maybe it's a little bit too rigid. Yeah, that was it. And so pretty much the idea would be, right? Let's see, we can control with the arrow keys and everything. Great, that's just awesome. It will be much easier. So pretty much the idea would be we control one thing, right? We go like this, oh look, piece of loot, and then we switch to the next one, which controls the next part of the crane, and then we control the next one, which controls the next part of the crane, which is the head itself. So yeah, then we can even use timer blocks to make sure that this thing goes back into its proper place, right? So yeah, for now, this will have to do. We will have to use build vision plus that thing. I might even like create a small control area over here just so that we are not inside of the cockpit. Anyways, this is kinda done. We need the detector components, and once they are found, we can finish this thing properly. But just out of curiosity, let's see, how far down can we reach with this thing? Oh, we can reach the floor. Yeah, we can easily reach, although I notice a severe... how should I put it? severe flaw in my plan, guys. There is no rotor over there. That block over there should be a rotor. I don't know why I'm being dumb, but sometimes it's just the way the base manager rolls. Let's see if I can repair this without disassembling the entire thing. But pretty much is, I'm gonna do something really stupid. I'm going to attach the arm to its place. Please attach. There we go. No, stop right there. In fact, come back a little bit. Yeah, just a little bit. There we go. No, oh my god, you really are doing this. I really hate when I click right mouse button to exit and it resets the freaking thingies. Please. Thank you. Now what we do? Hopefully nothing will explode. Oh, perfect. It is in its proper position. So we go over here, we put in a rotor, hopefully it will allow me. Of course not. What are you doing? It lost power and it was not locked. Oh my fucking god. Great. Just fantastic. Well, the idea would be we put a rotor right there, a rotor part right there, right? We then... I think I still can do it. Get rid of that, well that... Then put that down and then attach the rotor to its place. If I am fast enough, maybe I can do it because it's balancing in one way and another. No, but I'll find a way. Don't worry, I just will probably have to do like ridiculous things. Oh, almost there, almost there. So pretty much the only thing we have to do is play with the limits a little bit, and I have to remember to reset them. But if we play with the limits just enough, eventually we are gonna force the thing to go into the place that we want, which is roughly right there. We then go into the rotor, and then we attach. Boom! Shakalaka! It is attached. Oh my god, this was a bit nerve-wracking. For a moment I really thought we were not gonna get it rolling, but I did. So now I just need to make sure that I go back and reset those limits, and in theory that thing is good to go. Now my friends, temporarily, in order to prevent this thing from shaking so much, I'm just going to attach it to a mag plate right there. It works, it stops the shaking. The vessel is still moving at 0.01 second meter per second. We have been very slowly moving away from our initial thingy, but I've been here for so many hours, closing in on, let's see, almost 9 hours. Jesus Christ, this thing took almost 9 hours to make. Oh my god, I have to edit all of that. Jesus Christ, I'm making my life so difficult. But in any case, my friends, in any case, we are almost done for today's episode because, well, the functional bits are done. We still are missing some components, so we cannot finish it completely. We still need to do the beautification, but I think that you can see what the aesthetical guidelines, if you want, if you have... choose to use those words, are. I kind of want to... Oh my god, seriously, why do you have to destroy my frames whenever I'm talking? Thank you so much. Yes, please lag my computer out. Yes, I love it when that happens. Anyways, the idea is to build like a scrap carrier, right? An aircraft carrier for scrap. We then have all of this where we can put loot. We can even extend it. Oh, for a moment I thought we would gonna crash. The idea being we have now 5 wheels. I kind of want to extend to 6 wheel on each side and even extend the deck a little bit more, so that we have space for more cargo containers underneath. But all of that will have to be done in the future because I am completely out of time and out of resources. We need to take this bad boy out there into the wilderness and loot a bit more. So yeah, my friends, I really hope that you have enjoyed these special episodes. I say special because it's probably gonna be longer than usual, and we kinda built a ginormous monstrosity in one go. Even though it looks kinda ugly right now, it's just a ugly duckling waiting to grow into a beautiful swan, right? Right. But all of that will have to be done in future episodes. So, my friends, I was gonna say something, but I completely lost my track. I think I'm a bit too tired. Anyways, like, subscribe and all of that, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Oh, Jesus. That hurt.